to episode 19 of Operation Premiership with Coventry City now. I'm here to review the first, since January against Man United and February, and we've had a game in March as well, I think, just to take you to halfway through the last half of the season. We've got a live come against Leicester in the M69 Derby today. So I'm not going to lie to you, it's been a bad couple of months since you last saw us, so I'll get straight onto the fixtures now. And as you can see, not a single victory. It's been really, really bad, but we haven't conceded many goals in any of the games apart from the Bolton game. The defensive performance hasn't been terrible. We haven't kept a clean sheet in that time either. We kicked off with a game at home to Norwich, where we were beaten 1-0, Grant Holt after 26 minutes. Looking at the stats, we created more chances but had the same on target. They had more possession than us, which at home is not a good performance. On the other side, David Davis got injured. That's not the injury he suffered. He suffered an injury that ruled him out for about a month and a half. He got back from that and then he got injured again. And it's part of the reason why we've had such poor form. We've had a lot of injuries in that time. We then faced Bolton at home for our third home game on the spin, and we lost that as well. We lost 5-2. Marvin Sordell scoring after 3 minutes, followed by a Mark Davis goal after 26. We got one back after 33 through Olsen, and Manucho equalised after 42 minutes. But in stoppage time of the first half, Mark Davis made it 3-2. We then went 4-2 down in the second half through Theo Bawab, and he made it 5-2 with 3 minutes left on the clock. And it disappointed me really that the attempts were so close, but again they dominated the possession. But I think the result was a little harsh. They were more clinical on the day. It wasn't a dominated game by any means of the imagination, but we've got to start doing better. We've got to get our defending better, and obviously we've got to boost up our attacking after these last few games. So the next game was away at Barnsley at Oakwell. It went there. They were in the playoffs, so although they're not a great side, I was expecting to get something. And by the stats, we did all right. We did better than them on the possession, but the chances again, we're only hitting 4 on target out of 15, isn't good enough. And Thomas Sifka's goal after 27 minutes was enough to give Barnsley a 1-0 win. I was really disappointed on the day, to be honest, that we didn't create more, that we didn't do better, and again we lost, and we were just getting into a rut by this point. We then faced Peterborough away, who again were up in the playoff chase, so I was pretty pleased with a 1-1 draw from this. Nicky Josie after 19 minutes putting them in front. We came back through a Manucho goal after 56 to level it up for us. Again, pretty even on the chances, not too much difference, but the possession, we dominated that, and we should have made more of it and maybe got a win, but I was pretty pleased just to get an end to the defeats in a row. But our slide down the table was becoming rapid by this point, and we got beat again at home by Birmingham 2-0. These were bottom of the table when I played them, and look at the stats: 24 shots, 10 on target, 55% of the possession. But they scored their only 2 shots on target through Chris Burke after 44 and Jake Cassidy after 85. They won 2-0, and it was a smash and grab victory. We dominated the game. We had plenty of chances, but we just weren't clinical in any way, and 2-0 defeat was pretty bad. We then played Bristol City at home, and they are a good team, so it's been a tough run teams wise that we've faced. Sam Baldock scored for them after 38. We were going for it, but it was ended really when Salahadin Sabai was sent off for a second booker ball with 20 minutes left, and with just over 10 minutes left, Neil Kilkenny sealed the victory for Bristol City with their second of the game. Possession was pretty equal. Chances, they probably just edged it, but they probably deserved the victory on the day. They were the more dangerous of the two teams, and not a good result. We then faced Burnley away, and I was gutted at this. I thought the end to the winless run was coming. Bebe after 5 and Olsen after 16 made it 2-0, and we were playing absolutely fantastic football. but then they started to dominate, and then Henry Ania, after 35, made it 2-1. But we held out, and I thought we were going to make it to the finish line and get all 3 points. But Ania then made it 2-2 after 87 minutes, and it really deflated me in a way to lose a win after so long without a win. To lose the points in that manner was just really, really bad. The stats, like, we were pretty even, but they had a lot more possession than us. They did have the ball for a lot of it. Like I said, the first 20 minutes you couldn't fault us. We were absolutely incredible. We burst out of the blocks, got a 2-0 lead, but we just didn't do anything to hold on to it really. So it wasn't a good result. It did give me a bit of oomph going into the Palace game, though. I did expect a little bit more, but we were beaten 1-0, and it was just a scrappy goal, crossed into the 6-yard box, bounced around, ended up going in off Cyrus Christie. But again, 16 shots to their 9, but only 2 on target, and they had 5 on target. We had more possession. We've had so many games that we've lost where we've created so many shots, but only put in a couple on target, but maybe 4 or something. We've got to get more shots on target and test the keeper more to score more goals. Because on the day, the Palace keeper must have been laughing at the amount of shots that just went wide and that he didn't have to deal with. So I'll be trying to work on something to deal with that. So today's game is against Leicester at home. It's live on TV. It's the M69 Derby as well. Earlier on this season we played them at the Walkers Stadium. That was on telly as well. We beat them 1-0 that day. It was John Fleck with the goal just over half an hour in. He won't be playing today. He's one of the players that has been injured. We've got 3 players out. Beckford is out for them. David Nugent's also out for us. Players missing are David Davis, John Fleck. John Fleck picked up an injury in training. Davis, once he came back, then picked up an injury in training. That's 2 of our best performing players this season out injured. Also our substitute keeper's out injured. And also of note, Frank Musa, who's been really good this season pretty much. He was injured. He's just come back to full training, but he's not fit enough for even a bench spot, so he won't be taking part in this. So we really need to get a win, because we haven't won since 27th of December now. It's a long time, and we haven't had a win this calendar year, so we need to get on a win on the board as well. So I'll quickly show you the table. We've rapidly slipped down the table, and we're down in 19th now. Going into this game, we're only 4 points clear of the relegation zone. I don't expect us to go down, because I think we have got enough in the side to stay up. But I do think that we could be doing a lot better than we are. And yeah, just pull away. A win today will take us back up into, our goal difference is -8, so it will take us back up to 16th and 7 points clear, and that suddenly will make a bit of a difference as well. So we'll see how we get on. The teams for it, the 2 sides for us, it's McCarthy in goal, Christie, Mickwell, Edgingwaley and Sabai at the back. Just of note quickly, while I've reminded myself, Edgingwaley is leaving the club. He rejected our new contract offer that we offered him. He decided to join En Avant de Guingamp, which are in the French 2nd division. It's a bit weird one, because he's playing the 2nd tier of English football, which has got a lot higher reputation, and he's decided to go over to France. And we were offering him our highest paid player, match highest earner clause and everything. He turned it down. Bebe, Olsen, Scarlata and Cheryshev in midfield, with McGoldrick playing in the advanced role behind Manuccio. For Leicester, it's a defensive 4-4-2 formation. Jones in goal, Angeleri at right back, Delat, Whitbread and Konchesky the other 3. King and Bailey in the defensive midfield spots, with Marshall and Ephraim on the wings, and then a big gap to Knockout and Futaks up front. So just quicken that up before the start and put that to 2D Classic. So Nassi McQuell's set to make his 75th league appearance for us. Edgin Gwaley's set to make his 125th. And Stephen Eglinton will make his 50th league appearance if he's brought off the bench. So we'll get, I know knockout's a bit dangerous, so we'll get some hard tackling on them. Should be about it. Don't look too dangerous, Leicester. They are in the relegation zone, of course, so it will be interesting to see how they do. And try and work the ball into the box. So maybe that might stop all the shots going off target. If we get it into the box, we're going to be more likely to hit the target. So we'll try and get a decent team talk in a big derby match like this. A few more greens, and it's not great, but we'll have to deal with it. So the game is about to get underway, and it's McGoldrick back to McQuell and Christie into Minuccio. He's fouled by Bailey, and it's a free kick. Just a talking to for the Leicester player. Cherishev's booked early on in the 3rd minute, which isn't good. I've got Chris Eagles on the bench. I decided to give Cherishev a start today. It's a free kick to Leicester. Ephraim in. It's headed. It's in. Futaks headed back across goal. Delat headed in from close range. It's 1-0 to Leicester, and it's a shocking start to a big match for us. At home to a team in the relegation zone, we really need to win it, and we haven't. Olsen with the cross in, it's headed away, and Delat's going to come all over the ball for Leicester. They're on the break. It's Delat. It's crossed in. It's gone to Sabai though, and Mickwell forward. Minuccio heads it down. Bebe, Olsen. We're coming back at them now. Scarlata, Christie, into Scarlata, Olsen, Bebe, Minuccio, Olsen, Scarlata. Passing it around, Scarlata again out wide to Christie, Bebe, Minuccio, 1-1. We've got it level, not straight away, but we've got it level in the first half. It's a good bit of resilience showed by the lads there, and Minuccio bagging his 15th goal of the season is pretty decent. It's McGoldrick to Christie just before half time. Can we make it 2-1? Olsen in towards McGoldrick, McGoldrick to Olsen. Scarlata. Can he find a way through? It's Minuccio, McGoldrick, Olsen, Bebe, Minuccio, 2-1. 2-1. Get in there, boys. Get in there. 2nd of the game for Minuccio. And we've turned it round just before half time to give ourselves a good chance of coming out of this with 3 points in a big M69 derby. This will mean a lot to me if we can get this result. Bebe with 2 assists and Minuccio with 2 goals. That's fantastic. So I'm pleased with the boys. It would just be a relief more than anything to get the win, because obviously we've gone such a long time now without a win that 3 points would just be a bit of a relief. It would just be a bit of a weight lifted off the shoulders, and then they can maybe kick on, get a couple more wins. Playoffs are well out of reach now, but just get back up to mid-table sort of thing, and just get a nice respectable position would be good, and then we can kick on for next season. But finances are in good shape, so if we can get a good position in the league, we may be able to attract some decent players in the summer, so we'll have to wait and see. So first highlight of the second half, 20 minutes in, McCarthy to Sabai, and back to McCarthy, that one to Christie. He's got Bebe there, and Bebe into Olsen. Olsen runs past one, he's tackled, but it's forward to Minuccio. Minuccio's in, it's saved. Oh, that could have been a hat-trick. It's cleared away to knockout. Will Leicester counter? No, that's the end of the highlight. As Gallagher's come on to replace Futaks for Leicester, and we're going to make a change as well. Going to bring off the book Cherishev and bring on Eagles. Not going to relax too much yet. We're only leading by a goal and there's still over 20 minutes to go, so I'm going to leave Minuccio on for definite, because he's played a brilliant part in today. Obviously on a hat-trick, his confidence now is going to be sky high, so we'll get a nice win out of it. Marshall with the corner in for Leicester. It's headed, it's hit the bar and headed behind by Edgingwaley. Oh, as the change comes, 17 minutes to go now. I think it's time to go counter. Manuccio picks up a booking. Coming to the last 10 minutes now. And come on boys, hold on. Bookings galore now. We're into the last 2.5 minutes. It's Marshall. He's giving it away to Eagles though for us. Eagles into McGoldrick. 3-1 Cov. Get him there, boys. Get him. What a result. What a result this is. A win just when we need it most. And a 3-1 victory is probably going to be the final result. McGoldrick with 1, Manuccio with 2 as Jones to Angeleri. It's Marshall and Angeleri, and the referee blows the full-time whistle. Great win for Coventry. 3-1. We've got 3 points at last in one of the biggest games of the year so far. We've played in the M69 Derby. We've done the double over Leicester this year, which makes me absolutely delighted. Decent statistically. We didn't completely dominate it. Possession they had slightly the better, but a 3-1 victory is exactly what we wanted. We're up to 16th. We're now 7 points clear of the relegation zone. We can start to forget about that really now. We only really need one more win really. I'd say 50 points is a safe mark. But yeah, so really pleased guys. Hope you are too. Now, as you said, up to 16th. Stats wise, I'm just going to have a look where Manuccio is in the goal scoring stats, see if he's up there. No, he's just off it I think. Down in joint 8th with 16 for the season, so he's not too far off. He might get up into the top 3 if he can start scoring. He's going to have to catch on those 6 goals behind, but we'll see. But yeah, so really good win guys, up to 16th. Please do give it a like if you've enjoyed the episode, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've got any comments to leave, do leave them in the comment section. Next time you see me will be a Leeds live com. Do these 7 games plus the live com against Leeds, and that'll be the last game of the season, and that would be the last episode of the season before we go into the summer, do the season review. If that's a nothing game against Leeds, if there's nothing in it, I will, which is most likely at the moment, I will just play through till the end of the season and then do a season review, including the review of the last few fixtures, and I'll show you that then. So guys, yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you later. Bye.